it's hard to show up as the leader, the natural leader that you truly are when you're shooting on yourself. You have those days, why is this happening to me? Why is it so hard for me? One of the lines I use a lot in the first chapter of the book, which is why does it have to be so hard, is that it doesn't have to be so hard. But sometimes we like to stir it up because it's exciting. I realized I was addicted to the energy of the stress. Why would I be addicted to the energy of stress? How ridiculous is that? Still doing it. Still, it was just part of the cycles, right? My leadership map. Who am I? How do I manage myself? Then, of course, there's around. And around is they could be your peers. Clients can fit all over here, but all around you, right? All the people around you. There's up. So up is, most of you are the boss, but I'm going to put boss here if you have a boss. You could have investors. You can have a family member. You borrowed money for them. As your business grows, you can have an advisory board. So there's a presence and an obligation to those relationships, right? And someone mentioned expectations. How draining are expectations, right? So now you're trying to assimilate all these expectations, the expectations your peers have of you, your expectations of your clients, your expectations of if you have any investors, right? Then your team, you have to be a leader for them. Behind you is, as I say, behind every great leader, right? Behind you are the people who are supporting you. And while they're supporting you, you still feel you have expectations for them too, right? And that you need to show up as a leader for them. So behind you is your family, it's your community. Who has felt an increased level of responsibility towards their community this year? Isn't that amazing? And with that comes, responsibility can have two sides sometimes. It's empowering at times, like, wow, I can make a change. I can bring light into this community. And at other times, especially when it comes back, it almost goes around and comes back to self, because the hardest expectations to meet and the hardest person who you have to show up for a leader for is yourself. I'm sure you've heard, if I talk to other people the way I talk to myself, they'd probably put me in jail, right? Like if I treated other people the way I treat myself, it's brutal. Even after everything you've done this year, everything you've adapted to, how you handled yourself, which by most standards and all things considered, it was pretty good. And still the voice, it's not enough. You should have done this. You could have done that. Look at what that other person did. Maybe you should have added more classes. Maybe you should have done some more advertising. You're shooting all over yourself. Gotta stop that. So watch out for the should, because it's hard to show up as the leader, the natural leader that you truly are when you're shooting on yourself. And then there's the sneaky need, which sounds like it's better than should, but it's really a concealed should. You know what I need to do? I need to get up every morning and exercise, meditate, eat well, go for a long walk, be there for my kids. Some days, some of those are going to work. Other days, different ones are going to work, right? And so one of the lines I want you to walk away with is, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect.